Your arm in place, make it very stiff and strong. And even if you try to lower or bend it, it will be impossible to do so. It's full of tension. And when you tap your forehead, you feel the tension drain out of your arm as you fall limply to your side and you fall into a deep state of relaxation. More deeper than you've ever gone before, realizing you've ever gone before. Sleep.
The mind is very tiny and the subconscious is very big. And the subconscious is just the hard drive bit. The conscious mind is the processor bit, you know? So your laptop or your PC at home, the processing part, that's our conscious mind, the thinking, reasoning bit. And the hard drive is the bit that stores everything, and that's all our subconscious is. Now, in between the subconscious and the conscious part, there's a filter. There's a filter between the two bits of the mind. And that's called the CCF, it's the conscious critical faculty. And what we do with hypnosis is we just pull. If you imagine that my right hand is the subconscious and my left hand is the conscious part of your mind, well, they actually live together, don't they? They're not separate. They actually they're like that inside our brain, yeah? But they are separate. And all we do with hypnosis is we just tease them apart, yeah? And that's what happens when we go off on imagination. Like if a school kid's in a classroom and not listening to the teacher and looking out the classroom window, or just, you know, you must have done that when you've been in lectures, boring. You start thinking about all sorts of things, yeah? Well, what happens then is you're pulling these two parts apart and this bit starts wandering off, not concentrating on what's going on. And that's hypnosis, because you just pull the two bits apart. And that's all hypnosis is. I'm K Daro. I'm a hypnotherapist. I've been a hypnotherapist for 18 years, and I teach hypnotherapy.
Can you tell me how hypnotherapy works?
Hypnotherapy works by influencing a person's subconscious mind in order to change a particular habit or help them to do something that they want to be able to do that don't seem to be able to do, or not do something that they are doing but they want to stop doing. And so hypnotherapy works by entering into the subconscious part of the mind. We can help the person to effect the change that they seek. But we, as the hypnotherapists, don't actually do anything. We just help the person to access the area of the mind that's necessary. With careful suggestions, the person themselves can make the changes that need to be made.
So what is the difference between stage hypnotherapy and clinical hypnotherapy?
Well, you said stage hypnotherapy. Stage hypnosis is different from clinical hypnotherapy. Stage hypnosis isn't hypnotherapy. Stage hypnosis is an individual who uses hypnosis as part of a stage show, as entertainment. And unfortunately, on one hand, that is why the general public have some very grave misconceptions about hypnosis, because generally for the entertainment, stage hypnotists try to get people doing silly things. And that does lead to a misconception about hypnosis amongst the general public. A clinical hypnotherapist, however, uses the state of hypnosis, the altered state of consciousness which is hypnosis, in order to help the individual do whatever the individual wishes to be able to do. So it's not being used for entertainment, it isn't being used as a control mechanism, but helping the individual to make changes that they would very much like to make. That just about sums it up.
We're doing a documentary on hypnotherapy, and we're trying to find out your opinion on, what you think of it. And do you believe that hypnotherapists and hypnotists are out to control your mind? A lot of people do. What do you think?
Yeah, a lot of people think that it's out to control your mind, but I've heard actually that it's also beneficial, in terms of hypnotherapy, like which is clinical hypnotherapy, and it's beneficial in terms of like helping people quitting smoking and loss of weight and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Thank you.
You know, it's a bit naff and a bit cheesy, and I just think it doesn't really work anyway.
I see. Thank you. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Dave Sabbott. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and I'm based here in the office in Watford. I'm full-time, it's all I do.
A lot of people kind of believe that hypnotherapies and hypnotists, right, they're out to control our mind. Is that true?
People may believe it, but that's not the case at all. Hypnosis, hypnotherapy is a completely natural state. It's a state that we go into, everyone goes into, probably hundreds of times every day. But the illusion is, if you like, the appearance is through the films and media that a hypnotist can make you do anything you want to do, or they want you to do, which of course isn't true. Any suggestion anyone is given, we have a natural inbuilt defence system. And if a suggestion's acceptable, if a smoker wants to stop smoking, then the suggestions are that they will become a non-smoker. If that's acceptable, they will. But if I suggested that they give me £1 million for this set, it just wouldn't happen. People wouldn't do it. It's the impression that's there, if you like. And that's what I battle against. That's one of the differences between stage hypnosis and clinical hypnotherapy or hypnosis.